In this review, I'll be taking a look at one of my all-time favorite figures, the Spider Gremlin by Neca. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's start off by taking a look at the packaging. Spider comes in a windowless packaging. This is unfortunate as you can't see the actual figure. Before I buy, I personally like to look at the paint jobs, but sadly you can't here. On the front they have Spider Gremlin for the character's name. It should technically be Spider Mohawk, as Mohawk is the actual name of this gremlin. There is a gorgeous product shot of the figure. So this figure is actually a reissue. It originally came out at the end of 2013. I'm glad NECA decided to re-release, and FYI, everyone should own this amazing piece. Here is a view of the side. The opposite side is the same image but further back. Here's the top, the bottom with the barcode, as well as the people who worked on it. Finally, here is the back, which includes a great matchup with Combat Gizmo. There is also a little read up, feel free to pause and read. Upon removing the plastic tray from the box, here is everything included. There is assembly required. All the legs have to be attached. A set of instructions are included. This says to use warm water to soften the plastic. I personally think a hairdryer works better. But either way, make sure you heat the hose before inserting the legs. The figure comes with a Spider Serum bottle. It also includes a much needed display stand. Here are all the legs that need attached. There are 6 long legs and 2 shorter for the front. Here is the star of the show. Give me a moment while I pop the legs on, and then we can get a better look at this figure. So the stand inserts into a small hole in the underbelly. Once the stand is inserted, it is secured in place. Finally, here's the masterpiece. Definitely one of NECA's best works in my opinion. This thing is massive and will tower over all your other Gremlins figures. Now let's take a closer look at this thing of beauty. The facial expression on the figure is very menacing, with the gums and teeth exposed. The paint job all throughout this piece is simply amazing. Those red and yellow eyes are very evil looking and go with that menacing expression. Mohawk gets his name obviously from the mohawk on his head. Unlike Stripe's mohawk, which was real hair, Mohawk's is more of a reptilian-like fin. The design patterns on the ears are interesting looking. Moving down to the body, the paint job continues to shine. While the torso and underarms are tan in color, the outside of the arms have a green wash with black spots running all along them. The forearms have red and black fins. I honestly can't get over how wonderful this paint job turned out. Moving to the legs, they are mostly dark green in color, but also contain black spots throughout. The ends change to a yellowish brown color. Also, please be careful as the ends are pretty pointy and could hurt if you accidentally stab yourself, especially when attaching the legs to the body. As I already mentioned, the front 2 are shorter than the rest. As impressive of a view Spider is from the front, it's an even more impressive view from the side. Making our way to the large abdomen, it contains a really cool design pattern. On the end are the spinners. There is a red line going up the center. There is also added airbrushing all over the abdomen. This continues into the thorax. Here's a look at the backside of Mohawk. The cool thing about Mohawk is that his mohawk continues all the way down his back. While Stripe is the more iconic of the 2 gremlins, I think Mohawk wins in the design category. He is just so badass looking. The amazing paint job yet again continues to impress. The backs of the ears have a neat looking design pattern. Real quick, here's a view of this side. Finally, here's a view of the underside. The underside of the thorax has small spikes. This is the creepiest and most disgusting part of the Spider Gremlin in my opinion. That is a thing of nightmares. Now let's go over the articulation because there is a lot. Starting with the head, the jaw is movable. I love it when figures have articulated jaws, especially on the Gremlins figures. The head is able to be moved all around. It can look down and up as well as tilt. This is due to the neck having 2 articulation points. It gives the head a more dynamic range of motion. The waist can go up and down. The arms can go up and down, as well as outwards. There is a bend at the elbows, as well as rotation. The hands can also rotate as well as hinge. The front 2 legs can hinge at one place. The ball socket allows for the legs to move all around. The larger legs have the same movement at the ball sockets. Due to their longer size, there are 2 places where the leg hinges. They can also rotate. Finally, the abdomen has movement as well. It can go up and down and rotate. Here is a closer look at the serum bottle. It is a clear bottle with what appears to be blue liquid inside. Mohawk has no problem holding onto the bottle. Personally, I think this accessory goes better with the pre-mutated form of Mohawk. But alas, it does give you a different display option. Now let's compare Spider Mohawk to his other 2 forms. Here we have Mohawk in Mogwai form and the pre-mutation form. Mohawk went through a lot of evolution in Gremlins 2. Compared to some other Gremlins figures, first up is the Bat Gremlin, arguably the second most popular mutated gremlin from the second film. Next up is Greta the female gremlin. Here he is alongside Stripe from the first film. Like I said before, Stripe is the more iconic of the 2, but I think Mohawk has the better design. And finally, here he is alongside Combat Gizmo. If you buy Spider, then Combat Gizmo is a must-own as well. This right here makes me so happy. So that is my review of the Neca Spider Gremlin. This figure is one of my all-time favorite figures I own, if not number 1. I absolutely love this figure. It is by far the best in the Neca Gremlins toy line in my opinion. It seriously is a must-own. Once again, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as click on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Hit that like button if you did enjoy this video. Thanks for watching.